AnimeSecrets.org, the answer to all your burning questions.
Hello, this is Ellie with Anime Secrets, and we are doing Nintendo today. With me we have Rizwan, Ronald, Kara, and Anthony.
And Patrick.
Oh, and Patrick.
I see how it is.
I'm sorry, dude.
The one guy that was wanting to do this one. And
Didn't we skip Patrick last time too by accident?
What did I do to you people to deserve this?
I don't have the list of people on here. I'm sorry.
Isn't it like right in front of you on the Skype window?
No, I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone. It doesn't show anybody. It just says 5 is 7.
Okay. So Nintendo. Everybody always gets excited that. But Nintendo actually kind of had two press conferences when you think about it. The Sunday, which started E3, they had that big Smash stream where they announced not only that Lucas was coming back, but we're getting Roy returning from Melee and Ryu from the Street Fighter series. And we did get a leak about that like the day before when the Lucas patch kind of was sent out early in Japan and they like dug into the patch and found all that stuff. But it was still pretty exciting to get 3 characters in 3 stages that day. Yeah. And then the eShop crashed for like 3 hours.
I honestly never had any troubles downloading them.
Huh?
Yeah, like whenever there is a big title, the eShop decides to fail for a bit.
Yeah. Nintendo really doesn't know. Yeah, they can't handle heavy traffic. They've never been able to.
Well, I mean, you gotta imagine how many people are trying to go onto one tiny server.
Well, that stream was
we assume it's one tiny server anyway.
I think that stream was worldwide too, so that was like the entire world getting on that server all at one time.
Pretty much.
And it was a disaster area. But it did make for some good pictures on the internet.
It was like that for Splatoon's test fire too, the second one.
Oh yeah, don't remind me.
It crashed and they had to postpone it for an hour.
I skipped the first 2, so I was like, oh wow, this looks pretty fun. I'm gonna download the third one and play it. Sits there for an hour. Ugh.
Get right.
We actually had friends over that night, and we wanted to show them Splatoon since we had played the previous test fires, and I played one match. And I handed it to my friend Ryan, and I was like, here you go, try Splatoon. And the game crashed, and the servers crashed, and we're like, Ryan, what did you do? You broke it.
I promise this is going to be better than the regular game.
So, we got Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS and the Wii U. There's pretty excited about Ryu being shown up and destroying Mario's face. Not like I have anything against Mario.
Mario.
Some of the coming back, who still needs a nerf.
Cool thing about Ryu is that good old Smash Bros. Tradition. They kept him true to his incarnation from Smash Bros. Where he could do the Street Fighter inputs, which coming from me, which is a guy that plays a lot of Capcom fighting games, it's really easy to get off. So I actually play Ryu with the Street Fighter inputs, and it's very strange.
Yeah, he's really strong.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty good character.
He gets a lot of super armor. He's like how I put it, he's a better version of Little Mac, and I mean that in both. And I mean that both in the way.
Recover.
Yeah.
Little Mac has terrible recovery. It's like, you're edged off, you're done.
And his knockback isn't as ridiculous as Little Mac's, which is good. Yeah. He's more balanced.
And then Roy is Roy. It's about
Roy's broken.
They gave
he's broken on purpose.
Okay. Let's continue on talking about stuff that's coming out, not already out.
Okay.
So what we have right now is we have games that have been previously announced before E3. We got the Super Mario Maker. We have Hyrule War. Well, this was kind of little bit of previous announced, like shortly before E3, which was Hyrule Warriors Legends, which is the 3DS port of Hyrule Warriors. The Yoshi's Woolly World, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, and Fire Emblem Fates.
Wait, Mystery Dungeon wasn't part of E3?
this wasn't. This was previously announced before E3.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know that.
Bravely Second technically was as well, but this was more in Japan.
Yeah, was it? We got
And
official US announcement.
the other one is the Genai Ibon Roku FE, which is basically Shin Megami Tensei meets Fire Emblem, which looks pretty legit. Those were the games that have been previously announced. And they look really, really awesome. So let's talk about those games real quick, about what they showcased with E3, and then we'll get on to the new ones that were announced at E3.
I want to jump on the Yoshi's thing real quick because I'm actually very confused as to why the release date in the US is October when the game came out, I think, Tuesday in Europe.
Yeah.
And we don't get it
confused
until
about that,
October.
too. I'm confused about that too, and I'm really tired of the region locking that game companies are doing and
you
for
think
limited
that's-
releases and stuff. It's
Not
just
only
ridiculous.
that, freaking Xenoblade Chronicles X, it's already out in Japan ever since freaking April, and we have to wait
that game's
all the way
animated.
till December.
Well,
Come
I mean,
on.
localization, and
Yeah. I mean,
that's probably the main reason.
Yeah, but there really
And
isn't
then,
anything to
licensing.
localize in Yoshi. It's yeah, exactly.
Oh, he said Xenoblade. Yoshi! Xenoblade Chronicles was what I was referring to for localization.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that doesn't explain why it's taking Yoshi so long, because there really isn't
Only thing
anything
I can think of
localized.
is licensing. That's
Or,
really the only thing, and the amiibos for it.
The
Well,
yarn
okay,
amiibos are handmade, so it might take some
Yeah,
time.
maybe
to
they don't have
make
enough
them.
to send worldwide, so they're releasing it regions, so they have enough for release, I guess. That's the only explanation I could come up with.
For Yoshi?
Allows
Yeah,
me to order the amiibos ahead of time from Europe.
Yeah, really.
Pretty much.
I might have to do that. I need one of those little pudgy yarn Yoshis, like now.
I want them all. I want all colors: green,
Yeah.
pink, and blue.
But the game itself is actually really nice looking. Like graphically, the art style is beautiful for
Looks
it.
better than that Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
actually liked
hang
Epic
on.
Yarn, but it was really relaxing and very easy
Yeah,
to
it
play.
wasn't.
a
It
little
wasn't
kids
meant
game.
to be. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be difficult.
Alright, I have a question here. I
What's
don't
up?
really do much Nintendo, like, at all, because I don't have a Wii U, and, well, when I had a Wii, it was basically for Brawl, so... I saw, like, 2 years ago, Epic Kirby Yarn.
Yeah, Kirby's Epic Yarn. Yeah.
And now I'm seeing Yarn Yoshi, and I'm like, what is with all this yarn?
It's just an art style.
Well, to be fair, the yarn for Kirby, that never mind, that was yarn. I'm thinking of the Rainbow Curse,
Yeah.
which
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Right.
understand why they need to say curse in Kirby games when there's no actual curse going on.
I don't
Are
know,
these two games
Kirby's-
connected? Are they in the same world? What's the deal?
The creator of Epic Yarn actually, he and another person, this woman, they teamed up and decided that they really liked the aesthetic on Kirby and that they wanted to do it for Yoshi. So she made some concepts of like yarn Yoshis, and everybody really liked it. So then they decided, let's make Woolly World. That's the short story of it.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to it though because I get to play Sonic the Yoshi.
It
Yeah.
looks so cute, and you can actually put your amiibo in as like a player too, and you can change Yoshi's look with the different amiibo you have.
Except
Which is
for
pretty
the
legit.
Pokemon. Except for the Pokemon, they're not functioning with this
Not
game.
legit.
I really like the Bowser Yoshi. I think it's adorable. That's my favorite one.
A lot
it's
of
making
them
me
are.
want to buy a Bowser amiibo because I don't have that one yet.
Yeah, but that game's pretty much settled in. So what are the games that we have to talk about that were already pre-announced?
Xenoblade X Chronicles. This is the next
Okay,
one.
Ronald, that's you.
Xenoblade Chronicles
That's you.
X. Oh my freaking
AKA
god! Why must you, Nintendo? Why must you do this to me?
AKA Why No Game Now, AKA
I
Ronald
would
here,
be
have
excited
fun.
for this game if I was able to get my hands on the first one.
Whoever here has a 3DS or a Wii U and has not played Xenoblade, the original Xenoblade Chronicles, you need to grab that.
It's hard to find.
Especially if you're an RPG fan, get it. Give
It's
yourself a
pretty-
You know
favor,
you can download
get
it from
it.
the eShop, dude.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, you have to have
Get
a
it.
new 3DS. You have to do
Oh, yeah,
have
see,
a new
I
3DS.
don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Then
I
get
do.
it.
Suck
No.
it.
Okay, then get it.
No, Patrick. Just
I-
do it.
Just do it.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just
Yesterday you
Just
said
do it.
tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, now that
I'm
I'm
actually
sign
looking
above.
forward to Xenoblade X. It looks really good.
It's probably Nintendo.
I just like
I'm saying
JRPGs
it right
in
now.
general,
That thing is probably Nintendo's best game on the Wii U thus far. At least from what I've seen.
I
I don't know.
Probably-
Splatoon
I
has
don't know.
been
Definitely one of the
inking that
best.
up.
But
Forced pun
I-
intended.
It's
I don't-
probably the best JRPG that Nintendo is going to offer, but Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem looks like it might take that too. And that looks amazing. I'm so excited.
But
It's
I mean,
no wonder Crom didn't make it into Smash. He was busy playing with the Shin Megami Tensei people.
getting busy with the kawais and all that.
Dude, the customization for Xenoblade Chronicles X is
Oh yeah,
through
I've
the
heard
roof.
some controversy over that. Actually,
How so?
like the character creation, like it's not as open as people thought it would be. But still, regardless, it is.
Well, to be fair, Fire
Who
Emblem
cares? Who
Awakening.
cares? The games are epic.
Fire Emblem Awakening had a pretty limited character creation system too, so
Yeah.
Well, I mean, compared to most games, it actually had a customization for it, and the sprites were actually used, so which pretty fantastic. So I can't complain about the limited of Fire Emblem Awakening.
Oh, I
I
can't
happen to
complain either.
very much love my Robin. So
Yeah.
the next, continue.
Oh, well, no, I was just gonna wrap it up on Xenoblade, but yeah, December 4th, gonna be a heck of a
ready.
wait.
God dang.
Be ready.
I'll
That's
be
your Christmas
trying.
gift.
Robin's
Yeah,
gonna be lined up outside like a month before release, just standing there waving at
I'm-
everybody.
Are
I'm
you
gonna
here
be-
for Amiibo? No, I'm here for Xenoblade. Oh, you crazy?
Like all the Amiibo restocks come out, Ronald doesn't care. He's gonna keep standing there. Whoa.
Unless
Sorry.
it involves Shulk, I don't want it.
Another one that's coming out that's they announced previously.
Super Mario
Maker.
Maker.
The Mario Maker.
Yeah,
The
100. It
game-
comes with 100 levels pre-made. Can you believe that? That's
Now,
freaking
at
fantastic.
At first, this game didn't look like an alright game, but after seeing what the stuff they did at the World Championships, yeah, yeah, that game.
I mean, it's an
Has a lot
interesting
more
idea,
attention.
but classic Mario games hate me so much, and I don't. I can't. I suck at 2D Mario. I'm just gonna
I
flat
mean,
out say it.
I'm probably
trash.
not.
But I might get it just
but
for
I
the
do
silliness.
like what they're doing.
Because the urge of watching Little Mac running through a Mario level is something I can't refuse. Because it's got amiibo
Wait, you can do
functionality
that?
too. Yeah, if you scan an amiibo in, it'll activate this thing called a mystery mushroom, and then when you hit it, it turns Mario into the character
so that
that you
wasn't
scan.
just for the.
No, that
shop.
you can actually play as Wii Fit Trainer and Mars.
Okay. I thought
I
they were
just
scooping that.
need to see Sonic run through level 1-1
Someone's gonna do that.
because Nintendo won't give us a real Sonic and Mario crossover. We'll just have to bullcrap it.
No. Sega won't give it to you.
To be
Well,
fair,
whoever, I want to see it. Both of you make it.
the new Sonic
Who's
Olympic
responsible for
games
this?
actually looks pretty fun to
Yeah,
play like with
the
friends.
games are good. It's just that's not what we want now. We want
I know.
something more. But
I'm
going back
tired
to
of
Mario
all the 3D
Maker.
Sonic things, but yeah, go back to Mario.
So what it has like what a Mario 1, Mario 3, Super Mario, and New Super Mario. Are those the three
think so.
It's
styles?
got
Yeah,
the
all the
it's got the
2D
8-bit Mario. It's got Super Mario World, and then it's got the 3D Mario.
3D Mario.
I'm gonna make all the Super Mario World levels ever because that's like one of my favorite Mario games.
People are gonna be so
I love Super
evil with
Mario
this
World.
game.
I'm actually interested to see if the Mystery Mushroom will give you like a model in the 3D version.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
From what I saw from the E3 presentation, it becomes like a I saw it from the classic Mario thing, but they became like a classic sprite type look, like similar to the.
Yeah, but they only showed that in the
Yeah.
original Super Mario. But if you go to the new Super Mario Brothers, would they make models for the characters, or would you just have a sprite run through a 3D plane? Like
that'd be really weird.
Go Mr. Game & Watch on everybody.
I've seen 3D models for it. Like, that's how they showed off the Wii Fit trainer. At least that's what I remember. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past me.
Have any of y'all seen Mario Frustration?
No.
I've seen Kaizo Mario be played by the completionist, and that's crazy.
Just look up Mario Frustration on YouTube. That's gonna be what's gonna happen in this. So
yeah. As long as you can download levels from people like on Miiverse, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I think they confirmed that you can do that.
Yeah.
They confirmed that you can do that.
Yeah, that's been definitely confirmed.
Cool. That's
I might pick it up. It looks like something that'd be fun to mess around with when you're bored.
Yeah, I just
don't like the fact that they were shoehorning it on us during this conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, like half the conference was Mario Maker, and I feel like they spent way too much time on that when they could have focused more time on like StarFox or something else.
Right, but Mario Maker's so cool looking.
Their intro with the puppets.
The intro to puppets
did
is
it.
the best.
The Muppets.
Not gonna lie.
I love the
Hilarious.
Muppets.
Like Nintendo's gotten really good with comedy these days.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
let's
be serious here. Let's be.
I don't know if it was good as the Robot Chicken stuff from last year.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was as good as that. No, not really.
But let's be real here, guys. Nintendo knows they can't truly. Okay, I'm gonna get some hate for this, but they can't really compete with Sony and Microsoft like they really should, because the gamer demographics for Microsoft and Sony are so much
I'm gonna
different.
stop you right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Their bank accounts say differently.
Oh, I know they do.
Just saying.
I know they do.
Here's the thing, though. Nintendo doesn't
buy
need
out
to take
any
many
of those
risks.
companies.
They don't need to take many risks because they hold the video game icons in their hand.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you've got Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Pokemon, they really don't need to do anything risky because their games are going to. Yeah, but like Splatoon, and it actually pulls off.
No.
The Wii U was a risk.
The Wii U, the
3DS.
The new 3DS and all of that. Yeah, that was really big risks for them to take because
the 2DS was a risk too.
The newer risks that they're doing is they're going to be moving to a mobile platform, which was announced earlier this year.
Well, I mean,
the other one is they're actually going to be doing actual, clothing marketing and merchandise stuff.
Oh, I never heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're opening. They're like finally not being so stubborn about certain things, and they're broadening the horizons for Nintendo.
So they're actually going to have a heavier merchandise market.
Nintendo.
Hopefully,
good, because I'm getting sick of going into places looking for Nintendo shirts and it's just Zelda.
Yeah. I am too.
Yeah.
Me and my brother.
And it's the same Zelda shirt.
We need more Nintendo stores, period. Like, we shouldn't have just one in New York. There should be one in, like, all the flagship cities in the United States.
And Lafayette.
Like, there should be one in, like, Dallas. And
I want me a Pokemon Center.
You know what Nintendo really needs to do with that idea, though? They need to turn it into the old Disney stores that you saw in malls. They were just in malls everywhere. I think that would be awesome. Perfect. That would be perfect.
It would be.
Oh, I would love it.
Dude,
especially if it had like a mini Pokemon Center in there. Oh my god.
Here,
Aren't those things actually already here in real life, like in Japan?
Real life.
Yeah,
I remember those they're actual things like those.
The
in
Pokemon
Japan.
centers?
Pokemon centers,
they're in the major city. Yeah, they're in the major cities. And you can also go to PokemonCenter.com.
Yeah.
and they
have
finally
online store.
reopened it up, and they have some
They give
gorgeous plushies on there. I'm saving up for the Yevitol, the 18-inch Yevitol.
Aw.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. We need more Pokemon centers and Nintendo stores in America. Please, Nintendo, open more of them.
You're reminding me of the old days when Gen 1 was a thing and you can go into Sears and they had those Pokemon kiosks set up.
Dude,
I don't know if you guys remember
I
that.
can't believe you're old enough to remember that.
Good
2016
times, dude.
Pokemon Snap for the Wii U. Please and thank you.
Where's the ending to the Shadow Pokemon trilogy?
Oh yeah, I've been wanting one. Screw the haters, but
Coliseum
I want
XD
another
need another
Shadow.
game.
Yes,
I
another
actually
Shadow
played
Pokemon game.
XD.
Okay. Moving
Since
on.
We're
what
on
was-
Pokemon. There's the
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon that I'm sort of excited for.
That looks
It
fun.
looks
I've
nice.
I've
never
actually
really been
not played the Mystery Dungeon games, so this
They're
might
really
be a
good.
welcome
Played
change.
one.
I was hoping that this game would catch my attention to make me want to get into the Mystery Dungeon series, but I mean,
just like-
I still do like how it looks, at least.
Yeah.
But-
There's
I have
better
one-
Pokemon than ever to choose from to be, though. Like, you don't have to choose between, like, 4 of them. There's, like, 30
There
of them.
there was
Yeah,
more
there's
than
a
4
lot.
in the first one.
Lot of options.
The only thing that I have a personal beef with is there's no Eevee as a character option. So
Yeah, all of them are starters except Pikachu and Meowth.
No, there's
no,
others.
Meowth-
No,
There's a
Pikachu and
whole
Riola.
selection.
yeah, but this selection
you could
is
play as
pretty
Riolu
nice.
in the new one. I saw you could play as Riolu.
Yeah.
That's
what
why
I
he
just
was
said.
correcting himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to be an Eevee so I could be a Jolteon.
Good
Aw.
choice.
Because that's what I think it was the red and blue mystery dungeon. That was what was selected for me, because you did a little questionnaire, and depending on how you answered it, the Pokemon that you turned into was based off of that. And in the last one, Gates to Infinity, they changed it where you could just select the Pokemon that you wanted, and it looks like that's what they're going to be doing for this one too.
I
I
kind of
forgot
liked the
which one it
personality
was.
test thing, though. Where
I know,
you
I like that
scan
too.
your fingerprint and stuff. That was really cool.
I forgot
like,
which
what
one it
am
was,
I
but I
gonna
hear
be?
there's one that a lot of fans didn't like. I forgot which one it was.
I know some people didn't quite like Gates to Infinity, which is the 3DS one, but I enjoyed it. It was definitely very faithful to the Mystery Dungeon games, but it also might have been Sky, Darkness, and I can't remember the other one that was part of that trilogy, or trio rather. And I never got to play those. So I think Sky was one of them. I'm not sure, but I know that I heard like 50-50 on Gates to Infinity too. So, but I'm hoping that Mystery Dungeon is gonna be fantastic, especially since it'll let me play every one of these suckers 700 Pokemon. Oh my god.
I want to be them all
I want to be the very best that I can.
by being them all.
You mean be the very best there ever was, Riz?
Yeah, sir, we'll go with that.
I am Mewtwo.
You gotta quote it accurately.
Moving on.
I think I just found myself a new profile picture.
I really liked Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. I thought that looked really good.
It looked
I
okay.
don't know.
Not really my
It's interesting,
kind of thing.
but
I
I
was
don't
hoping
have-
for something.
I'm
I
sorry,
liked-
guys,
Hmm?
but I don't have very many friends to play like at the same time for that.
Is it do you have to be like local play, or is it?
No,
can
it's
it be
both.
open?
No, it's
it's
probably-
local
I'll
and
play with
online.
you. I'll play with you, Ellie.
Also
I'll,
good.
It's local and online.
I'll play with you, Ellie.
Well, look, you got people right now I want to play with you. Look at that.
Damn,
can
now I have to
change-
get the game.
We can change clothes together. We can become Zelda Link.
I didn't know
That
Link was into that
sounds
kinky
kinky.
stuff.
No,
Yeah,
Patrick.
it showed it. It
Patrick.
showed
If I
in the
can't
trailer.
have Zelda,
Link
I'll
can
be
change into
Zelda.
Zelda's clothes.
Patrick, Zelda's not kinky. Zelda's linky.
Oh, that was terrible.
Get him off the stage.
Calling him Zelda. If I get called Zelda one more time.
And puts on the dress, then I'll be Zelda. Sheesh.
The game's called Legend of Zelda. Who's this guy?
But can Metroid crawl?
That's terrible.
Can a Metroid game be a Metroid game without Samus in it?
Well, we'll find out.
No. I think we've made our preferences very clear on this. I don't think we need to go on to that topic.
What, Federation Force?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
There's so many things that could be said about this. But the thing about it most is that Reggie came out and said that Nintendo has acknowledged the demand for another true Metroid game. So where is it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Maybe
come on, you've
they're
had
trying to
years
hold people
to
over.
try this.
Fine, you
might
wanted other M2. God dang it.
The baby. We gotta talk about the baby.
Oh God.
The baby. The baby.
The baby.
They might actually be. This might be just like some spin-off thingy, and then they might actually come out with something like.
Yeah, it's basically.
They might actually come out with the main game.
It's supposed to be like the Zelda game we just talked about, except it's set up like the Metroid Prime games.
It's
basically what it is.
But it's a first-person shooter, and
yeah,
I
that's
think
what I'm saying. Set up like Metroid Prime.
I can't rag on it because it'll be like one of the very, very few first-person shooters for the 3DS. So I'm kind of welcoming it because it gives, a little bit more genre
variety.
flavor to the 3DS.
But still, I mean,
the thing
I wouldn't
that's
have
gonna...
a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with them doing this if they at least put out a main title first.
Oh yeah. There are two problems with this. Yeah, one is if they had a real Metroid game coming out alongside this, it wouldn't be a problem. Or if they just didn't put Metroid's name on it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Final Fantasy
honestly,
13. It would have been great if they didn't put Final Fantasy at the beginning of it.
Well, everybody was really enjoying Blastfall.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't even know it was a Metroid game.
They didn't say this is Metroid or anything at the championships. They're
then,
like, hey, check out this
they
game,
put the
Blastfall.
Metroid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's good.
On it, like,
What do you mean it's a Metroid game? Burn it! Burn it!
Burn it alive!
Destroy every bit of it. But I mean, the Blastball part actually does look pretty fun, though. But I don't know. I don't know what to make of this whole situation. At least they acknowledged Metroid again, so it's a start.
Yeah, it's a start.
It's just like that. I keep saying this to people. It's just like that Mega Man collection thing that was announced a couple months back. At least Capcom's acknowledging Mega Man, so it's a start. So maybe we'll get a real Metroid game next year.
Well, I was hoping like Super Smash Brothers would have, kicked Capcom in the groin and get them going.
Well,
get them rolling. I mean, figured.
Is it Street Fighter V?
Really
no, screw it.
disappointed that Capcom went for sale and Nintendo did not buy them up. Like, they could have totally increased their sales by saying, yeah, we're just going to have
that would have been
Mega Man exclusive for the Wii. Thanks.
And then a lot of people want stuff like Beautiful Joe to come back and a whole bunch of other buried Capcom IPs that they're not using.
Did Capcom do the No More Heroes franchise? Because I want to see more of that.
No, I don't think that was Capcom.
Who did that?
And then there's this really good fighter game I hear about that I've seen called Godhead that a lot of people really
Ubisoft.
I have a friend Richard who's like godlike at that game, and it looks like Devil May Cry with fists.
Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah.
And it does look like a pretty good game. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, though, but it does look good.
You have no idea how mad I am realizing that No More Heroes belongs to Ubisoft.
I all of a sudden hate this game now.
I love No More Heroes, but why does Ubisoft have it? Why?
Maybe that's why they haven't released a new one recently, because it's not Assassin's Creed.
Oh my gosh.
We already made a peace with Ubisoft.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
Or Suda51 had just had enough of Ubisoft's bullcrap and decided to move on to other things.
So I'm guessing it's okay to move on to my personal favorite part of the
StarFox?
StarFox!
StarFox! Do a barrel roll.
Now, I was waiting for this trailer specifically all year because they teased the crap out of this game last year.
Mm-hmm.
They had the little like
Miyamoto.
Yeah,
he knows what
they
he
had
was
like
doing.
a filtered thing.
We know
we
what
saw
you were
him
doing
playing,
back there.
and then he said, "Oh yeah, I'm working on Star Fox," and then I was immediately hyped for this. So we get it, and it looks very Star Fox 64-ish, which is a real safe approach to this game. They actually did confirm that it's kind of like a reimagining of Star Fox 64. Which is weird because Star Fox 64 was a reimagining of the Super Nintendo Star Fox.
That nobody ever played.
Yo, dog, I heard you like Star Fox in your Star Fox.
They actually added elements from their game that they
scrapped.
Star
So for
Fox
those of you
2,
that don't know, there was a sequel to the original Star Fox called Star Fox 2, clever name, that was canned for the SNES. It was completed. Like, it's been released in ROMs. It was completed, but it was scrapped because it was like going to be released a couple months before the N64 came out, and they didn't think it was going to do so well because having a 3D game on the SNES. So they killed it and went to Star Fox 64. But it had this feature in it where the R-Wings could turn to these walker mechs, and they brought that feature back.
Yeah,
and I was actually really excited to see that because I didn't think they were ever going to release something official with those mechanics in it. But
dear employer, sorry. I have to play the game now.
But
Signed, Riz.
But if it's a reimagining of 64, that means Star Wolf will be in here somewhere. They didn't give us a solid release date though.
Yeah.
Which disappoints me.
But it looks fairly completed. I mean, it looks a little rough, but it looks fairly
completed. I love how people were complaining about how the graphics look. Saying, "Oh, it looks like an indie game." Like, what are you talking about?
No.
It looks great.
You have really high standards for indie games. If you think this is what an indie game.
Like, this is the best Star Fox I've ever seen.
And I'm sitting here like, dude, you're watching footage from some dude's camera on YouTube where they compress the videos down at 340p. Of course it's going to look like crap. If you actually look at the trailers that have been put up at 60 frames per second, like Nintendo just put up the trailer at 60 frames per second on their YouTube channel today, and it looks fairly good. Now, granted, it can still be tidied up before release, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it looks good. Like,
there's no reason why.
Okay, has Nintendo really published a terrible game? Like,
not really.
It's very, very, very far and few in between. Like, I trust Nintendo with my life because
the closest thing I can think of is like Star Fox Adventures. That's only because that was a forced game. That wasn't even supposed to be a Star Fox game. So that's
But if they're considering Star Fox and actually doing the Star Fox thing, maybe they'll actually do F-Zero. Maybe.
Yeah.
Considering the ties between the two franchises and everything.
That's the next thing they need to revisit.
F-Zero.
My biggest problem with Star Fox Zero here is, like I said, it's a reimagining of 64. Which tells you that they're being very, very cautious with this. I know Assault got a lot of backlash. And I for one, I actually liked Assault. I liked all 3 phases of Assault. I know everybody bashes the on-foot sections in that game, but I actually really enjoyed them. And I feel like it was a good direction for the series. It's just that it needed to be implemented a little bit better.
I was kind of hoping that this game would have that too.
I was hoping it would.
I was hoping that would kind of get me into the Star Fox series.
If you want to get into Star Fox series, just play 64, and then just go from there. Just go from there. 64 It's aged pretty well.
You could probably get 64 3D for the 3DS for fairly cheap now.
It's very hard to find. I would say just download it off the Wii.
eShop.
The Wii. No, it's not on the Wii U eShop. You have to get it off the Wii.
Oh.
But if
I
you can
remember having
find
a
the
copy
3DS
of.
port,
I remember having a copy of the 3DS port. I'm sure there's somewhere, in a retro shop or something.
It was low print, just like the Ocarina of Time port. It was pretty low print, so it sold out pretty quickly.
Ooh, I have the Ocarina of Time port still. I mean, I kind of regret trading the StarFox 3D game away, but I still have Ocarina of Time for the 3DS.
I was hoping that this would have been like the next part in the story, but I guess they're just playing it safe. I mean, this is what people wanted. They wanted just the R-Wings and Landmasters, and that's what this is.
Another Star Fox, basically.
Yeah. But I'm still excited for it because I've been waiting for this game for a long time.
Yeah.
But sadly, this was like the only thing at E3 that I even got excited for. So, this was my E3.
Moving on, I actually was really shocked with the whole Nintendo Amiibo Skylander, crossover thing. I was like, wow, okay, so they're
the
going
idea.
there.
Yeah, it's pretty genius.
It looks awesome.
Not gonna lie.
Especially, you can twist the bottom, it's an Amiibo. Twist it again, it's a Skylander. That's genius.
This kind of makes me want them to do crossover with Disney Infinity, because I play Disney Infinity and I like it a lot. But actually, I did read something that Reggie is trying to convince Nintendo of Japan to make a Disney Infinity Skylanders-esque game with the Amiibo.
Yeah,
that would actually be good.
I heard that Nintendo and Disney are talking about doing some sort of crossover game. So,
well, they need more games that utilize all of the Amiibos, and
exactly
better way to do that than an Infinity Skylander.
Now all the Skylander kids
Amiibo
are
Tap
gonna be
isn't doing
addicted
it
to
for
the
us.
Amiibos, and they're gonna flood into the Amiibo market, and there's gonna be less Amiibos.
Because if you've ever played Skylanders or Infinity, because I have Infinity 2.0 because of Avengers, but it would be nice to just have a game where you run around as Little Mac and punch things in the face. just think about that. That alone makes me want this game.
It looks fun. I'm pretty hyped for it.
I want it.
So you can side B off a cliff in 3D.
And
good job, Little Mac.
And then I guess we could just lump the two Animal Crossing titles that they announced together. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer and
I hear a lot
I am
of Animal
so
Crossing fans are
oh my goodness.
Happy
really
Home.
The thing about
I'm excited for Happy Home Designer. Actually, it looks like a lot of fun, and the amiibo cards look gorgeous. So
I know.
I'm a card collecting fiend. I used to collect Pokemon cards, so I can just imagine that I'm gonna be buying a lot of amiibo card packs because I just love card collecting so much. I love amiibos and I love Animal Crossing. So this is my death. My lack of money is gonna be from this. But yeah, I think it looks good. I just wish. And this is just my wish. I was wishing that they would have announced a console Animal Crossing game to tie in with Happy Home Designer.
Well,
but they're doing the Amiibo Festival, which still looks really fun. So, go ahead, Ellie.
I was gonna say, yeah, that is I would say the Amiibo Festival would probably be the closest thing to it, but they did say that they were going to make a console version of Animal Crossing, so I imagine this is kind of filler until they actually make it.
But I don't think anybody needs to be upset about this Amiibo Festival thing, because from what I read is that it's supposed to be a free download. You just need the Amiibos to play it.
Yeah.
So it's not even really going to cost you anything.
And I do believe that the NFC cards are supposed to be compatible with it too.
They should be.
Oh, cool.
They should be.
That's awesome. And then I hear that there's different boards for different months and stuff. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. Because I play the Amiibo Party kind of section of Mario Party 10, and I really like that aspect of using the Amiibos as kind of board game pieces. And I'm glad that they kind of expanded on that for Animal Crossing and did more with it. Because the Amiibo, I'm addicted to the Amiibo Party on Mario Party 10. It's my favorite part of the game. So. Because I can play by myself, so. Yeah, I'm excited because I love Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing New Leaf. I'm still playing Animal Crossing New Leaf. I'll be a slave to that game for life. But so I'm excited to design all the little villager homes, and I'm excited to play as Isabelle and go across a game board. I just want my console Animal Crossing game. I want it. So yeah.
The thing about it was what Reggie said at the beginning. He said it was like this was only for what the remainder of this year and early next year. So they were being kind of hesitant with this press conference, which I think that was the big disappointment because the last 2 years they killed it.
Well,
Yeah.
to
I
be
feel.
fair, I mean, you can only go strong for so many years before you run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, so I'm like, they're due one
The
lackluster
And they
E3.
I think the
little
biggest
they do mini directs, so like E3
Yeah.
announcements all throughout the year. So it's not like a big giant reveal
Yeah.
like Sony and Microsoft does. So I understand why people are upset that like there wasn't like anything like new to offer.
Yeah,
But at the
that's the
same
biggest
time,
issue.
we've had big announcements all throughout the year, just like spread out.
Yeah.
So if they bunched it all up and did one E3 presentation like Sony and Microsoft does, maybe it would have been up to the excitement and hype factor that Sony and Microsoft
All the
has.
hype.
But then
But
again,
they
this is
spread their
also
announcements out.
But then again, this is also the first E3 that they've had that didn't involve Smash Brothers per se, because that game's out now, and that was really what they were driving. Because like 2 years ago, they had the Mega Man announcement, which practically won that E3 alone, because that was hype as crap when Mega Man was announced. And then last year they had the Pac-Man announcement, which was pretty big.
Womp womp womp.
So they didn't really have that to fuel on as much, even though I count the Smash stream as a part of their E3 conference.
Yeah.
So
I still enjoyed all the announcements. It was a fun hour that I had, and then we moved on to Square Enix right after that, and then everything just plummeted. But we'll move on to Square Enix another night. I don't want to spoil anything yet, but
Spoilers.
I'll just say that Square Enix kind of ruined my Nintendo high that day.
Yeah. So
Kingdom Hearts 3 to be released 2039 PS8.
PS what?
Because they have no
PS8.
idea when the game's coming out.
You know what's funny though? Like, apparently there's like an interview, and this is like way off topic of Nintendo, but Tetsuya Nomura was asked like, when are you actually gonna do KH3? Because it's been 10 years, and you've done all these side like things, and he's like, it's been 10 years? I was meaning to do it, I just didn't realize how much time it
Wow.
So I guess he just got caught up with a lot of projects and stuff and lost track of time.
That's great.
So another game that I'm also excited for is Yokai Watch. This has been going on in Japan for several years now. I think it's on its third installation for the 3DS.
This thing's actually doing pretty darn well.
It's getting, the popularity is real close. It's
Yeah,
like
I
number
heard that
2
they
to
were gonna-
Pokemon.
I heard they were going to start airing the anime here in a couple months too.
Yay.
I'm
actually
excited for it.
I'm excited. Jinx Ollie. I'm excited for Yokai Watch, and all the like little creatures look adorable, especially the red cat.
Yeah, he's pretty much the mascot of Yokai Watch, and I think this would be very interesting because they kind of do the battling system differently. You have like 3 of your yokai, and they go fight the monsters. It's almost similar to Shin Megami Tensei, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Or Digimon World 2. The way the setup is works, but it's I haven't been able to play it on my Japanese 3DS because I haven't been able to afford it yet because god damn, those games are expensive.
Oh wow. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna surprise myself. I'm not really gonna watch like gameplay or anything, and I'm just gonna get it and play it and then just learn from there because I want to kind of be surprised like people were back when Pokemon like came out in America. Just kind of be in that like sense of wonder. So
We'll never get an experience like that ever again.
I'm gonna try and shoot.
We really would.
You know how you do it? Quit the internet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Good
have
luck with
to
that.
because I want to be surprised.
Good luck. Quit the internet while you got a chance.
Who is the Arkham Knight? Here's like 30 articles telling you who it is in the title. Thanks.
I'm still in the dark on that, so
I managed to
you
avoid
did
it
there.
and find it out in game.
I
got lucky.
I accidentally made a pun. Oh wow.
Womp womp womp.
So it looks really fun. I'm excited for it, and I'm kind of interested to see how well it does here in America. Another really good one is Fire Emblem Fates, also known as Fire Emblem If. This one
they renamed it.
The English version
is Fates,
now
but
Fates.
the Japanese is still If.
So yeah, US, you did better.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Normally, like the localization titles kind of suck, but this one makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the logic behind If, but Fates sounds much cooler. This one they did clarify that we are also going to get the two separate games. Kind of think Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. This is pretty much the same. If you get a digital download, when you pick which side, you're locked to that, and you'd have to pay for the other half to get that experience, which is kind of interesting.
Oh,
I like
so there's no two separate downloads. There's two separate games.
There are two. They're not going to, like, if you decide to download Fire Emblem Fates from the eShop, it's gonna be one game, and the second half of it, like let's say if you decide to go with Noir, like if you decide to go
like chapter 4 or something, it'll that's where you choose which side you want to be on, and then
whenever you pick that side, it locks to that. You cannot like restart and pick the other side at the beginning. No, it locks your game, so you have to pay for the DLCs to get the other half of the story. Which is what most people had a problem with, is because like when you pick, that's it. You have to go through that storyline, and you have to pay for the other half. And if you decide to get retail, they're two separate retail copies. So, which it's interesting. The Fire Emblem series is definitely done pretty well thanks to Awakening here in the US, because it wasn't doing so well before then.
I've seen
I bet
I want to see how well it does here. I'm definitely gonna pick it up.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
I think I'm gonna do retail. That way, I have both box art type things. Since me and my husband like to get games like that, like the Pokemon games. So we have X and Y and Ruby and Sapphire, all of the boxes for that. So just gonna keep the tradition going.
Choosing between Hoshido or Nor is gonna be a pain. Because both have such cool stuff.
Well, I mean, they did tell you up front, if you are a veteran player of Fire Emblem and want a harder gameplay, you go with Noir. If you're a beginner and want to just go through kind of like the story on one, just
Hoshido.
An easier time for a beginner, you want to go with the Hoshido.
Yeah. There are a lot of new interesting gameplay features that they've implemented in this, like how apparently you can recruit just regular fodder soldiers, and then
it gets better.
You are cannon fodder.
Oh no.
No,
like the other feature. The other feature that they implemented for Fire Emblem Fates, other than obviously your character customization, which is similar to Awakening, is you get your own kingdom. You get your own plot of land, and you can customize the crap out of it. And it's pretty legit. I'm kind of excited for that.
Boss status.
Yeah.
And then there's also going to be the same-sex marriage too.
Oh,
However, the problem with that one is that one's a stalker, and I can't remember what the problem for the other one is. So while it's a step up, it's also a step back. So with the personalities of the characters that are available for that. So yay and nay at the same time. Kind of sucks.
It's progress.
It is. Again, it's like kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I mean, because they could have done it tastefully, and I mean, you gotta also understand that these are Japanese that are making this game, and they are definitely traditional.
Yeah, especially for Nintendo.
Yeah, but I mean,
it seems like
based
Nintendo's
off of
pushing their own boundaries with the series.
Yeah, I mean, based off of the reaction Tomodachi Life had out here in America, Nintendo said that they were listening to people to incorporate same-sex, dating or marriage in video games. So again, this is 2 steps forward. They're definitely listening to us, but the approach that the company, not Nintendo, but the guys who make Fire Emblem, they decided to approach it in a not so good way. And this could be a plethora of reasons why they decided to make those personalities the way they did. I can think of a couple, but it would take too long to get into. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Bravely Second, anybody?
That looks good.
I loved the first one.
I still get into it.
I still haven't finished the first one, so I should probably get going on that.
Yeah, I didn't care for the grind in the middle of the game, but the storyline was fantastic. So, and it definitely reminded Japan that, hey, look, you have a market out here for JRPGs. Don't ignore us. We're giving you money. Let us give you more money.
Right.
I think.
Remember Operation Rainfall?
When I purchased Bravely Default, it was actually the last retail copy they had at GameStop because it was so popular. So it just shows that people are eating it up.
I had eyed it for a bit, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get the collectors for this, and did not disappoint.
I wish I got the collector's edition. I just got the regular one.
Soundtrack's fantastic. I am definitely interested in how they go with the storyline for the second one. I've decided not to download the demo, which actually has like half of the game for the Japanese 3DS, because they have like half of the game available for download as a demo for Bravely Second, and I was like, I'm going to wait for this for a while before I get into this because it's very wordy and I don't want to sit there for hours on end trying to translate it.
So, just quick question. Do you enjoy having a Japanese 3DS?
Oh, hell yeah. Like, Digimon, dude, and Dragon Quest. Oh my god, don't get me started on Dragon Quest. I am so furious that those games are not here. Nintendo, please, please give me my Dragon Quest games for the 3DS.
Is it, what's the word? What was I gonna say? Is it like helping you with your Japanese and stuff? Like,
actually, yeah. There are a couple games that you want to, like, if you're trying to learn Japanese, the 3DS definitely helps because if you're already familiar with the 3DS setup, you can kind of figure out your way. Puzzles and Dragons helped me out in memorizing the days of the week because the days of the week correspond with elements like fire, wood, and all of that.
Oh,
cool. Pokemon, I haven't I really need to download a Pokemon, either X or Y, for my Japanese 3DS whenever I get more money, and more time, because that one uses Furigana, and Furigana is like if there's a kanji character or that is in the text, it breaks it down right above it in either hiragana or katakana.
Oh yeah, I've seen
to
those.
to tell you which one it is, and it's really good for new learners or like kids. That was the intention for Furigana.
Oh, I see that in
And
the Japanese Animal Crossing games too. So
Professor Layton also does it as well in the games. So there's a couple games that have Furigana in it, and it helps out a lot when you're trying to figure out, okay, what the hell are they saying? Because like when you get into like extremely wordy games such as the Dragon Quest series on there, it gets kind of complicated because
you just sold me.
it doesn't have Furigana in
You
it at
just sold
all.
me. You just sold me. I really want to
So
play. I really want to play Japanese 3DS games now, just for like learning experience, and plus to play games that aren't out here. So
yeah,
I actually
the
might
cool thing
consider it.
the cool thing about having the Japanese 3DS is, and I'm kind of disappointed that the Nintendo of America doesn't do this with their eShop, is that most of the titles that are out and available for sale in Japan are on the eShop. So, and they do a lot of sales too. Like I got Dragon Quest Dragon Quest 7 is normally like easily $65. I got it for half off for 30
Oh, nice.
when it was on sale. And the nice thing is that tax is included on the Japanese 3DS as well.
How does the purchasing go? Like, do you need like a Nintendo card, or do you have to
You still need a Japanese Nintendo ID. You do have to have a Japanese address.
Oh, I know how to do all that. I made a Japanese iTunes account just to download
It's
Japanese.
basically the way you do the
games,
Japanese
so.
iTunes account. You do it with the Nintendo.
Okay.
When you set up the Nintendo Network ID. And the nice thing about the the Japanese one for the eShop is that it'll accept any credit card.
Okay.
Or debit card, and
Okay.
whereas like for like the US and all of that, it's got to be US only.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that if anybody wants to play any of these games, getting a Japanese 3DS is pretty handy. You're not going to be able to understand anything, but mechanics are usually pretty simple. So, but it is a great learning experience and definitely will help with mnemonics. I think I said that wrong.
Did I English while talking about Japanese? I don't know.
I thought you were just gonna say memorization.
Because I've been trying to practice like kanji and hiragana and katakana and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely getting a Japanese 3DS forces you to do this. So. Alternatively, you could also get an extra copy of Pokemon X and Y here, and then just change the language to Japanese.
That could be a low-cost solution. I'll look into it.
Yeah, so that's it. And the other cool thing is about the Japanese 3DS. If you decide to pick that up, I got mine on superufo.com. And it was actually cheaper to get it from Hong Kong than it was to get, like, for a Japanese one, than it was to get a local one. I thought that was kind of weird. And it was a limited edition one, too. So.
Oh, cool. Where, I think I might actually get, like, the small new 3DS if I'm gonna do that for the Japanese. Because
I actually all the covers.
I actually really wanted like the faceplates to come to the U.S. and I'm really mad like Nintendo didn't bring it over here.
The FCC,
awesome.
Other interesting Nintendo talks is that apparently people have dug up from the FCC the faceplate, the smaller 3DS, as listed as there for trademark purposes. So at some point there will probably be the faceplate. I probably expect them either to be this holiday season or Easter next year, because that's usually when Nintendo does their big stuff, is between holiday season and Easter. And this is from working from GameStop for almost 5 years. So
I've been waiting and waiting for like a good opportunity to buy like the new 3DS over here so I can play the new 3DS games that are going to come out and have the amiibo functionality. So I've just been holding off because I really, really want like a limited edition 3DS because I've never actually gotten one of those. So I'm just like waiting for that. over here. I'm waiting for Pokemon or Animal Crossing.
They had 2 Pokemon ones for the smaller faceplate ones of Kyogre and Garudon, and they kind of had like kind of velvety, sort of kind of like a velvety or suede faceplate for them.
Oh, cool.
It
Yeah,
was kind of neat.
I might wait for the smaller one to come out because the smaller one is still as big as the 3DS XL. Is that correct? And it has the faceplates.
Not really. The screen size
No.
is actually smaller.
I actually like the big screen size, so maybe I should just go for the regular one.
Yeah, the XL, like, because I still have my other, because my Japanese one is the older model of the XL. Comparing that to the new 3DS model, the new 3DS is just like a centimeter bigger in width, and the screen is about exactly the same, but for the newer model, the screen is about the same as the regular size. So, I mean, that's kind of like the only downside is the screen isn't as big. But I was really hoping they will come out with an XL model that's swappable.
The faceplates are what's kind of selling me though, so I can like do the customization thing.
Yeah.
I can't do that with the bigger one.
I find it so insulting that they gave it to Europe, but not us.
Because apparently we can't tell the difference between the regular one and the new one.
Want to know what also kind of made me mad is that everywhere else in the world got like the black and the blue new 3DS XL.
Right,
and
yeah,
we got red.
only get black. Oh wait,
we got black and red.
Black and red,
the red isn't like the red is like a burgundy.
Yeah.
And the black is kind of like a charcoal black. And I was just like, that blue was legit. Give us the blue. Why haven't you given us a blue
I would have
one?
gotten that one if I could have.
You racist against the Blue Man Group, Nintendo?
But do we have anything else to talk about, like Nintendo E3 wise? Because we're going on a huge tangent.
Yeah. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, which is kind of like an RPG, using the 3D models and the Paper Mario models.
It's a crossover between 2 Mario spin-offs.
Yeah.
What?
It looks fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it looks fun.
I hear a lot of good things about the Mario RPG series.
Yeah, I was watching the gameplay for this, and it looks really cool. It is turn-based, and it follows pretty much all of the Mario games, like some of the similar mechanics. But I like how pretty much, from my understanding, that the Paper Mario world is kind of gone to hell, and the 3D versions of Mario and Luigi are like, oh, okay, we'll help you. And everybody's like, okay, thanks.
It kind of confirms like the multiverse theory that a lot of people have had, though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely very interesting, and watching the gameplay for it is pretty funny. But I gotta say, I wonder how Paper Mario and 3D Mario are like, how they're not weirded out by seeing themselves, but not themselves.
So, awkward silence.
Yes. I think, well, what else came out? I'm checking my list here, but I'm not seeing much else.
We can talk a lot about what didn't come out, that's for sure.
Alright, that's a whole other podcast.
Oh dear, yeah. This one's kind of running a little long in the tooth now.
Yeah.
There is one more game that it does deserve mentioning. This is definitely for Sonic fans. And this one is Freedom Planet. It is available right now on the Nintendo eShop.
Oh, it's up now?
Yeah, it's
the demo is. The demo is. I didn't know.
I'll have to download it.
Yeah. It's out yet.
And
the demo is a lot of fun. I played it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
and it's definitely echoing old Sonic.
You can
old
ask
school Sonic.
Ronald and Riz. I'm one of the biggest Sonic fans you'll ever meet. So I've actually been looking forward to playing this game. So I'll definitely give the demo a look. Thanks for
definitely
me
do.
About that.
No. This one, I actually, out of like some of the smaller indie games that they had, I think Freedom Planet stood out the most. So, and that's totally my opinion. So, and I guess there is Fatal Frame, but I'm not a big horror person.
Horror.
Arr.
Horror.
And and another one that I didn't see anything on was LBX, the Little Battlers Experience, where you get to customize your little battlers. And I don't
think they talked about that at E3.
It is on their website though.
Yeah. I remember seeing something about it though.
It had a little micro.
I think it was in the Nintendo Direct. It was in the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, they had a micro direct that happened like a month before E3 happened. They talked about it there.
The little battlers.
Yeah,
it looked interesting. I wouldn't exactly play it, but my husband said that it looked.
I was like, yeah, that's the closest thing to a new Metabots game I'll ever get. So why not?
I love Metabots.
You and me both, Pat. You and me.
I'm still ticked off that like the last 2 or 3 Metabots games were Japanese exclusive.
Right.
But that's another conversation.
Yep.
Dang you, Japanese exclusives.
Yeah, really.
I'm tired of region locking.
I swear.
Just think about if they region locked amiibos.
Oh, that would be terrible. That would be terrible.
The horror.
Speaking of console, like no region locking from Nintendo, there was, and this was announced before E3, was a new console that they're in production for, which is called the NX, which is rumored to be a hybrid of a console and handheld, but it's not supposed to replace either the 3DS or the Wii U.
This thing is actually worrying me.
This is an enigma or something.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit concerned about this thing because they say it's not going to replace the Wii U and 3DS, but at the same time, I feel like that it'll eventually slowly.
Yeah, that's what I'm worrying about.
Because I've got that same fear about the new 3DS right now. You don't need it, but I have a feeling they'll start pushing it down on you to where you'll have to.
Well, obviously, because there's games slated to be for specifically the new 3DS because of the hardware, such as Xenoblade Chronicles.
Exactly. So that's my only concern about this thing, but that'll make next year's thing for Nintendo a lot more interesting to see exactly what this thing is and what we get for it.
Yeah.
Well, and they said not to worry, it's not coming out for a while, but still, they're just starting to like gain momentum and pushing games out for
the Wii U is finally starting to get somewhere.
Yeah. And we hear about another console, like it's a little frustrating.
Yeah, like I really hate when people are saying that Nintendo's giving up on the Wii U and is going towards the NX, but the stuff that they're pulling, I mean, I hate to say it, but
Splatoon.
Nintendo's not quite helping in that situation.
Well, and they pushed back the Legend of Zelda game too, and we're not even sure if that's going to come out for the Wii U anymore. So
for what game?
The new Zelda that they showed up.
Oh, they specifically said that it was going to be for the Wii U. It's not going to come out for the NX.
It might do a double thing.
Hopefully they don't do a Skyward Sword with it, though.
No, it's going to be more open world, and they said that you can do the dungeons and whatever.
No, I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to how like Skyward Sword was like literally the last big hitter on the Wii. So.
Oh yeah.
No, this might be more like a Twilight Princess. It'll be the first leap onto the console. Because Zelda, aside from Hyrule Warriors, Zelda doesn't have anything for the Wii U.
Yeah.
Which is kind of jarring at this point.
It's really sad.
What are we, year 3 or year 4 into the Wii U? We don't have a mainstream Zelda title?
That's sad.
I don't know. Maybe they're just putting their all into the Zelda game, so they're just...
Well, I mean, Zelda and Mario, they usually do that, so...
Can we have a female Link, though, please?
Only if you get a male Zelda.
Actually, that would be kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, there was rumors for like the 3DS
those rumors
for
for
Hyrule
multiplayer for it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Linkle, yeah.
Yeah, it's something that can be done
name
eventually.
Is ridiculous.
Well,
Link
there's a lot of fanboy purists that say Link should never be a girl and blah blah blah, but they never specifically say in the lore the hero in green has to be male. They just say a hero drink.
Yeah, it's just a recurring
It's just
hero
that
of time, so it's
just
not like it has to be a set gender.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a feeling they won't do it because it would be kind of a big change to one of their key franchises. I don't really see them doing it just because
they did it, but I don't see them.
But at the same time, it seemed like that would be a good game to do it in because it's such a big title of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if they actually do something like that.
I
wouldn't be against it. Play Hyrule Warriors.
Jeez.
She has the Wind Waker and it messes things up. Just
well, I mean, even if you could choose between male and female in the beginning of the new Zelda title that's coming out, that'd be great. So I don't know.
I would be in support of it just because it'd be something unique.
Definitely.
It'd be because Zelda and Mario have been like their series that always break new ground. Mario hasn't done that for the Wii U yet. I think it's Zelda's chance to do that.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed Super Mario 3D World, but it was a fun game.
It's a fun game. It just lacked online multiplayer.
Yeah.
If it had that game would be perfect.
But anyways, I think we talked about everything that E3 has offered Nintendo-wise, and we're just going off into tangents.
About Nintendo.
It just shows how much there is to talk about Nintendo-wise and how much there is to speculate. But that's just what we love about the company.
Oh, yeah.
Bring me Pokemon Snap for the Wii U.
Please! The gyroscope! You have the gyroscope!
Exactly.
They have the technology.
The Wii U gamepad is basically screaming,
Pokemon
Snap.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap 2016. Calling it now.
I mean...
Nintendo, you have the tools. What the heck?
You have the tools. We can rebuild it.
Pokken 2. I need a US release of Pokken that's not arcade.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah,
before we get any more off into the tangents about what Nintendo should do and not what's part of the E3,
I told you we had a lot to say about what they.
I think we should probably, cut
it short.
Cut it here.
Yeah. Anyway. So, thanks for listening, everyone. We are the E3Cast from Anime Secrets. Like, subscribe, comment. What else can they do? Send fan mail?
Just listen to us. We'll be doing more podcasts like this in the future. I think viewership is enough right now, Ronald. Don't jump ahead, please.
Hey, I mean, if anyone's generous. Then...
Alright, so yeah. Look forward to our other podcasts about E3 that'll be coming out in the next, hopefully soon. And we'll be talking more about gaming and things like that as well. So, thanks for listening to the end. It was a really long one this time.
It was. But hey, we had fun.
It was great.
Alright, good night, people.
Hey, you! Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. You can also check out Anime Secrets on Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. Do you want more than that? I know you do. Then go to our website where you can see daily updates and articles and exclusive interviews.